Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video we're doing a Q&A because I have not done any car stuff and I figured I should get you guys a video out. And it's been a long time since we sat down on the couch and spoken about whatever I'm going to speak about. I think the last video we did where we were sitting down doing stuff was actually the widest competitive drifting suck in Australia, and spoiler alert, it still sucks. So we're probably not going to talk about that today. But we have a Q&A, which is a bunch of questions from you guys. I have them all in my phone, so it's going to be a lot of me looking down at... Exactly. Alright, so we'll jump straight into it. So I'm starting with the questions from YouTube first. I did it on Instagram and YouTube, so we'll get through both, hopefully. Anyway, so these are the questions from YouTube. Should I read the usernames out? Yeah, we'll do usernames. No, we're not going to do usernames just based off the first one that I cannot actually pronounce. So, alright. Did you meet the quota for the 4A from those guys? Yes, the 4A from AE86 Driving Club. Pretty much we got close and I was speaking to Matt and I was like, it's really hard to get people to subscribe and stay subscribed when there's no content coming out on the channel. So I did speak to him at World Time Attack. He's still doing it, but he's going to start releasing some content that is working on the 4A. That is going to go into my car. So hopefully, he said it's back from the machine shop and he should be able to start doing stuff, but he was moving house, so yeah, I don't know, maybe start next year, but I might do something else with Corolla before then, but I'll talk about that in the more questions that people are very angry about the Corolla not working. What happened to the budget BMW build? Pretty much I swapped the BMW to Timmy for the S13 shell, the black one that's at his house. And I don't know, Timmy keeps having ideas of what motors to put in it. But originally, yeah, that RB25 that's going into the S13 was for the BMW, but I wanted to do an S13 instead, and then I kind of bought another S13, and you guys have modified cars before, you know how it works. Yeah, so that's where we're at with that. Straight up, what's happening with the 86? It's depressing seeing that thing just sit in the driveway unloved. Hey, I love it. I just don't have any money to do things to it at the moment. Yeah, it's a work in progress, leave me alone. Yeah, we'll get to it. How are you liking drift in the SR powered S13, and which is probably the most common proven drift platform? I am having stupid amounts of fun driving the S13. That car is amazing. It's kind of shitty, like setup wise at the moment. Like it needs like a wheel arm and a bunch of stuff replaced, but it is very, very, very fun, and I have a blast driving it. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Why is your hair so long and why is Shorty's teeth so white? I'm not sure about Shorty's teeth deal. I've always kind of suspected that they're like fake because they're like slightly too big for his mouth. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. And long hair because I don't go get haircuts. I've not had a haircut for like, I'd say over 12 months. So, yep, hold that against me. When are you back to finishing the Black Silver at Timmy's place? And if you were to own any other car for a daily / drifting, what would it be? Oh, that's a cool question. Yeah, so hopefully, I don't know, if Timmy watches this video, he can text me and say if he's available this weekend, because I'd rather communicate through him through YouTube than actually texting him when I have my phone in my hand. But yeah, hopefully this weekend we can do some stuff, maybe put the motor together, put the turbo on it, stuff like that, and drag it out of the paddock and just look at it from a distance. What was the other part? Another car for a daily / drifter. I know it's really hard to go past like J's and X's, but everyone's got J's and X's now, so I think if I had some money, I would probably do something like a C35 Laurel, just because no one has them and I think they're really cool. Yeah, alternatively, it would just be an AE86 with a decent motor setup. I'd really like the full, like, how people used to do them in Japan, and it was like a GZE with like the top mount, standard boost, maybe a pulley kit, and then full interior and just something like nice that you could jump in and drive and was reliable. That'd be really cool. Yeah, I haven't had a reliable Corolla for years, so yeah, something like that, I don't know. How does the JZX compare to your other cars, AE86 / S13? My JZX was set up and it was really, really lazy to drive. Like you could pretty much just like point the steering wheel and you'd end up where you needed to be. The steering was super like the return was super slow and just really friendly for driving. I've driven other ones that are like really aggressive, so it pretty much just comes down to like your knuckle setup. But yeah, my JZX was just very, very boring to drive, which is why I parted it out. But yeah, it was cool still, it was lots of fun. But yeah, just compared to like a Silvia with like a B knuckle or whatever, or like a Corolla with aftermarket knuckles, it's just, mine did not drive like that sort of exciting. Now that the Drift and Hanoi tour is finished, do you have any plans to do anything like that next year, or perhaps an international drift event? I'd love to do more, but we didn't make any money and I'm still pulled from it like a month later, so hopefully if we start making some money and we can afford to do whatever, I'd love to do them like every year. Yeah, when we were talking about it, like all of us on the tour, we really wanted to do something international, not Japan because everyone does Japan, like USA would be awesome, but yeah, we just need to work out how to pay for it somehow. If you still have the E36, can I have the bumper? No. What size and offset are the Advans on your 86? And update on what you're doing with it. You should put an SR in it. They are 14 by 8 and 815. They're not actually Advans, they're WEDs. So the WEDs were a single piece and the Advans are a 3-piece, or like welded 2-piece, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so 14 by 8 and 815. And plans with the Corolla are, so at Timmy's I still have the NA4A that came out of my car that we had a turbo on it, and it blew a head gasket. So I've got a TRD head gasket now sitting in my car, so the plan is to put a head gasket in that motor, and then hopefully, it might need some like oil seals or something like that. I'll have to have a look at it because it did have a slight oil leak. But yeah, so the plan with that is to put an NA big port back in it, put some headers on it and get it tuned, and then that way it'll at least drive and we could do something with it rather than it sitting there doing nothing. So that's the plan. It's like the cheapest option I have at the moment, and then yeah, while the big port's in it, either do bearings in my GZ that I currently have, or hopefully by that sort of time the GZ from 86 Driving Club maybe shows up. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but yeah, that is the current plan. How'd you get into printing and that, and when are you getting the 86 back so I can offer you money for it? Pretty much screen printing. I got into that I did my first run of Deathclick shirts and I was sick of dealing with suppliers, so I wanted to do everything myself. I kind of had a lot of spare time at the time, and yeah, I pretty much just bought a screen printing setup off Gumtree for like $300 and taught myself how to do everything. And yes, I will not be selling the Corolla, sorry. What's it like being a parent and drifting? It feels the same, except when I come home I get to cuddle a baby and a girlfriend instead of just a girlfriend, so it's a pretty good deal. But yeah, it doesn't really change a lot of things. People think it does. I still go drifting, I still work on cars. You just have to allow more time to spend with your child and helping them grow up, and then a little bit of money for them. Like, babies aren't that expensive. Alright, that's all of the YouTube questions. Now we will go to the Instagram ones. I probably will not get through all of them, so how long is this video already? We're already up to 9 minutes, so we'll see how we go. Oh yeah, keep forgetting my coffee. Alright, what was your first drift car? My first drift car that I didn't actually take to the track, as I had a KE70 with a 3TC in it. If you don't know what a 3TC is, it's a 1.8 litre motor from a Toyota like T18 or a Celica. It's like single overhead cam, cross flow. They're pretty cool. It was very fun. They're pretty much like driving a 4A, but carbureted and still cool. And then my first car that was a drift car that I actually took to the track and went drifting is I had, some people know, but anyway, I had it was a blood orange KE70, and it had a blacktop 20 valve in it. So that was my first drift car, both. What's going on with the 86 and the engine situation? Yeah, I explained that already. And any fun plans for holidays with the family? I would love to, but at the moment I am just swamped with trying to work and get finances back in order, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. Best way to set up a KE70 with a 4K for drifting at Archerfield. Do a 4A swap. When am I going to get my free shirt? Never. Any plans for the Corolla and the 90? Yeah, the 90 I've got like full front suspension sitting there to go into it. I just haven't got around to making a video on doing that. It's pretty much going to be like the best cheap budget JZX 90/100 front setup. So it's got like LCAs, knuckles, tie rods, caster arms, upper arms, coilovers. So yeah, it's all like, I can't remember the exact figure off the top of my head, but it's like $800 or $900, and I've done like everything. So I probably even less than that, to be honest. But yeah, I'll do a price breakdown and we'll start doing some stuff with the 90 soon. What's the best and worst thing about the drifting or car community in general at the moment? The best thing is how massive it is. Like, I was talking to someone the other day and it's just unbelievable the amount of events that are on, the amount of drifting things you can go to everywhere. Like, you used to be only able to have like, there was like a couple big events a year, that was it. And then other than that, you got to drive like a morning session and no one drove Archiefield because it was shit. Whereas like Archie's cool now, and it's on every single week, like every Thursday, and then weekends, every fortnight. QR still have like morning sessions, 2 Matsuris, all day session, like that's just Queensland. And then, you know, rallies on all the time, and they started doing like Marulan and Wakefield a lot more often, and Victoria and in the Bend, and yeah, it's crazy. The bad thing, I honestly don't have any opinions about what's bad about it. I guess just anyone that's, I don't know, I guess people don't like other people being successful in the car community. That's kind of, I don't know, you know what I'm talking about. How do I grow such sexy hair like you? My hair's really bad at the moment, so don't judge. How are you liking SR compared to a 4A and 1J? Ooh, that's a good question. I'm loving the SR. It's literally so fun. I think it's because it's so basic and simple. It's awesome. Compared to a 1J or a 4A, 4A sound amazing, 1J sound amazing. SR20 does not sound that great. I really like how mine sounds though. And 1Js are just really, really fun to beat on. Same with 4As. It's just zero worries, zero care. Whereas the SR, you don't have that sort of thing, but my SR really works at the moment, so I love it. What's been your favourite car that you've owned? It'd have to be AE86s. Like, I've had, I don't know, like 3 or 4 of them now. I've had like 10 KE70s, so basically like anything 80s Toyota is just like the best for me. How do you feel about the influx of AU Falcons in drifting? I feel like less of an influx would be better. Do you plan on doing streams in the future? Some IRL in-car streams would be killer. Yeah, the only thing is a lot of the tracks we go to, like the reception sucks. Like at Rally, there's no phone reception. I guess it'd probably work at Archerfield or QR. Oh, yeah, I guess at QR. Yeah, I don't know, it might be an idea. We should probably do something like that. Thanks for the idea. Stop being a dog and get back into the 86 and get it on the channel. Yep, that's fair. When are you finishing the 90 and rejoin it again? I don't know. Probably be next year sometime. I don't have any money to do anything to the 90. Everything's so expensive. Like a whole 1J setup's going to cost me like $5,000, and I do not have that sort of coin at the moment. So, what's happened with your RB S13? Like I said, we'll hopefully go to Timmy's this weekend and do some stuff. When does Nev get a hot lap? So Nev's actually like my neighbour across the road, and he's into the car stuff. Like, he'll come out and help me load the trailer and stuff, and he's like a full mad dog. I don't know, hopefully one day. How did you start Death Click? How did you learn to screen print, etc.? Pretty much how I started it was I was watching lots of skateboarding documentaries, and it really inspired me to create something related to like the sport or like niche that I'm in. And yeah, I really wanted to apply that to drifting, and then I pretty much called up one of my friends from Sydney, Smitho. No, he doesn't live in Sydney, he lives in Melbourne. I called up Smitho and I was like, dude, I need a design, this is what I want to do, this is the style, just go nuts, because I don't know. Anyway, so a few days later, Smitho sent me to a design, and I was like, dude, that is perfect. I hit up a printer, and we printed like a run of like 100 shirts. I spent like $1,200 and made a website, and yeah, that's how Death Click started. And then how did I learn to screen print? I watched heaps of YouTube videos and spent a lot of time and money getting things wrong to learn how to get it right. Do you think you'll ever get a panel van again? Oh, I would love another Corolla panel van. Love one. But yeah, they don't pop up for sale very often, and when they do, people want ridiculous money now because they're rarer than AE86s, so, which is completely fair because they're awesome. Best track I've driven? That's a good question. It really depends, because like on certain days you want to be doing different sort of stuff. Like, so Queensland Raceway is like awesome because it's fast. Like you're using like, you know, 4th gear, 3rd gear, 2nd gear. Like it's one of the fastest tracks you get to drive. Archerfield's sick some days because you're just constantly driving, and there's like, you just drive until you're sick of it. Rally's awesome because it's got lots of elevation changes, really tight corners. It's lovely for tandeming, stuff like that. Paul Macquarie was cool just because it was new and fresh. Yeah, it really depends, but I don't know. My favourite tracks would have to be between QR and Rally. I really love Rally just because, like, you guys saw the videos from the other week. Like, you can just tandem super hard on people because there's those really slow, tight corners. So you can dive up, you can get really close. It's super fun. But yeah, Queensland Raceway because it's fast. You get to drift at a lot of speed, which is awesome as well. Oh yeah, and then I've driven like in Japan, so whew. Everything at Ebisu is really fun. Bihoku was really cool, like really cool. I don't think I could choose out of any of the Japan tracks what's the best. No idea. They're all awesome. Alright, so that's as many questions as I can be bothered doing. Thank you guys for sending stuff in. Subscribe to the channel, leave me comments based off what I've said here. Let me know. I'll reply to basically everything for like until I release another video. So I do get back to a lot of you guys. You know, hit me up on Instagram, do all that cool stuff, fun stuff. Check out the merchandise. The support means the world. And thank you for watching the video. Make sure you like it, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully we'll go to Timmy's and do some things.